Welcome back to another episode of How Did They Grow? I created this podcast because I wanted you to learn how other coaches, freelancers, service providers, and course sellers are growing their business, landing 10 to 20 new clients every single month, paying them 50, 100, 200K months. See, if they've done it, you can too. And that's just the reality. And I want you to listen to these podcasts to understand what strategies are they using, what techniques are they exploring, because it's in these gems that you can apply it to your business and actually scale things up. When you're ready and you feel like you actually want to learn practical, proven methodologies, or even you want to hire a team that can build you a profitable personal brand, book in a chat with our team because we can guarantee you go viral and guarantee you get clients for your business.
Welcome to the show, guys. This is the How Did They Grow podcast, and today we have on Grigory, our guest, Agrest. Today we have on Grigory. Let me do it again because like editors are going to cut it out. Grigory Argest, right?
Grigory Agrest.
Grigory Agrest. Okay, perfect. My bad. Welcome to the show, guys. This is the How Did They Grow podcast, and today we have on Grigory Agrest. Tell me I got that right.
Agrest, yes.
Agrest, amazing. Grigory, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I was actually not born in the United States. I'm an immigrant. I came to the United States at a wonderful age of almost 11 years old. Hopefully it doesn't have too much of an accent, so I have the best of both worlds, where I can speak. I'm actually out of Russia, former Soviet Union. So, workaholic aspect of it, right? Yeah. So we came in '96, and I was able to go to school in the United States, get an education. And I figured one of the things that I need to do is give back to the country that welcomed me in. And I got pretty much those things down pat. One of the things that I've done, I'm former military. I did my service to the country back in the early 2000s, 2007, 2010. I served for the Army. And then I decided to pursue my career in education. Besides that, I've been a college coach where I work with recruiting mostly and on-court stuff with women's volleyball, having coached both at the D1 and the D3 levels. So that actually what spearheaded my desire to help kids get into colleges and show them how to navigate the different pathways that they can, including military, including getting scholarships into various sports and whatnot. And then eventually, I decided to grow my brand and branch out. And here I am about 15 years later, trying to live the good life. Yeah, the good life, 100 hours of work every week, good life.
Amazing. I want to ask you, when did your education journey start? Like, did you always see yourself as an educator, or was it something that you just fell in love with along the way?
So, it's a really interesting question because, believe it or not, I absolutely hated school. Yeah, like one of those things like the computer programmers always have a broken computer and the blacksmiths never have their iron worked out. And, it's one of those stories. I actually did not like my education. First of all, as an immigrant, it was not an easy journey. So, like once you struggle, you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Why am I doing this? This is horrible. And then you need to have people that are able to kind of cultivate you and help you grow. I did not have experience. And I kind of got lucky because my dad was always into different things. So I was following his footsteps. I went into computers. Actually, that's what I did in the military. I was doing networking. And I realized that was not my thing. And I went back to my roots, and sports was a thing, also thanks to my dad. Sports was another thing that I was really interested in and always loved. And then I realized, what, I'm pretty damn good with the kids. I'm able to teach them, we're getting results. And I also know what it's like not to like education. So taking that experience and being on the other side, I was able to turn it around for a lot of the kids, at least I hope, and show them, what, education can be very powerful. So when I fell in love with education was actually after my military service. And the reason for it is because I had a goal. One of the things that we need to realize, and that's just, one of the life coaching things that I talk about, most people don't know what they want and they expect results. You cannot expect results when there's nothing at the end of the tunnel. And when you set a goal, when you have that idea, that light that's burning and moving it forward, now it's going to becoming an intrinsic motivation versus extrinsic motivation. Everybody's like, oh, I got to graduate, I got to find a job, I got bills to pay. And then it becomes like, what lights my fire? What makes me me? What makes me want to wake up in the morning and do things? And that's what actually pushed me into my education. And from the second I realized what I wanted to do, it took me 4 years to get halfway through college. It took me another 3 years to finish my other half of the college and my master's. So the difference becomes whether or not you want to achieve something. And when you have a specific goal you're working towards and you're enjoying what you do, it no longer feels like work. So one of the things that I always tell my clients when we work together, I want you to think of something that you love to do. So that way you don't work with it. Because when you are going for your passion, then you align with your inner self. You're going to go to the higher level of what you're meant to be doing. And people are chasing money. It's not usually going to end up good. Either you get burnt out or you're just not, it's not, something's not going to match. The universe is going to let you know, like, hey, you're on the wrong path like that. So once I realized what I wanted to do, and I wanted, it's more than just my education journey. It's along the lines of you want to leave a legacy. What are you going to be remembered by when you're no longer? And that's what kind of motivates me. Like, hey, I want to change lives, man. I want to transform lives. I don't want to be able to remember the guy. Oh yeah, that's that college advisor guy that charges like $500,000 to get people into crappy schools. I want to be like, hey, you know what? This guy helped me get into Cornell. This guy helped me get into Northeastern or University of Miami. That was my dream school. This guy helped me achieve my dreams. And then it doesn't matter what the money is, because that's just an exchange of energy. So the education that I was not able, like how the saying goes, you live through people vicariously. I guess that's me, right? It's like, oh, you never went to that. I was like, oh, it doesn't matter.
What's the saying?
You live through people vicariously. So you don't really, like how the kids go, oh, you're going to go play the drums or you're going to play guitar because the parents never did. So now they're forcing them to go do that. So I'm like, you know what? You're going to go achieve a Cornell education because I never did it. So I'm going to live through it. So.
Amazing. Similar to the basketball parents who never made it to the league, but they want their parents, they want their kids.
You know what? Yeah. But isn't it funny how, like, you even take a look at LeBron James and what he had to go through when he was younger, and how much these guys are better compared to their kids. The ones that had to fight, and they have a different level of skill, different level of mentality. And I'm looking even at the generation right now. Like, I'm a little bit different because people don't realize it, but me being an immigrant, I had to fight a lot to get to where I am. Nothing was handed on a silver platter. Now we have people that are, the word entitlement, right? Oh, I need to have this. And then the parents do cater to the kids. And this is one of the things that I talk about. Being a parent of 3 myself, I'm like, hey, this is a conversation my wife and I are constantly having. Oh, you're being too hard on them. I'm like, am I though? Because life ain't going to be easy. Who's going to be there to tell them that? So, there's a lot of different aspects to what I do. And sometimes you got to play the nice role and be kind and, pat them on the head and they'll be okay. And then in other times you need to be like, yo, you need to buckle down and, you got to sit down and do what you need to do before life decides to punish you for it.
Definitely. Amazing. Family guy, teacher, coach. Kind of break that down, the coaching aspect. What, I think the simple thing you can just do is to tell us who is your ideal client.
So, ideal, it's really interesting because there's no such thing as an ideal client because of the different scenarios. I am a one-to-one coach. So my idea of an ideal client is somebody who doesn't know what they want to do, but wants to be helped. And whether it's going to be a career, whether it's going to be education, whether it's going to be life coaching, like, hey, I'm lost, I don't know what I'm doing, like, help me out here. The idea of somebody who wants to be helped. You know how they're saying is the first realization is that, oh crap, I need help. That's going to be the first thing. Because a lot of people are going to be blind leading the blind. I don't know that I need help, but I need help, so help me. But I don't want to be helped, right? There's a saying in Russian, the only people who can help the drowning is the drowned. So if you were the one drowning, there's nobody who's going to help you but yourself. So I can throw you, the life vest. I can't physically drag you out of the water. So you want to be helped. So my ideal person is the one who's coachable. You need to listen to the instructions. You need to be open. It's like, imagine you going to a doctor and they're asking you for symptoms and you don't feel comfortable telling you half the symptoms. What are you treating? Right? Nothing. So it's the same idea. Like, obviously I'm not a doctor, but at the same time, you're also going to we want to get to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is usually, poking and scraping at little different wounds that people don't want to do. And now they close off again. And, now one of my favorite sayings is the only thing you have to fear is fear itself, especially of unknown. Nobody wants to stand at the deep end and dive in. Oh, no, it's going to cost money. Oh, no, it's going to do this. Oh, no, it's going to do that. Okay. Then now tell me again, do you want to be helped enough? And if you have doubts in your mind about whether it's not going to work, then you're not an ideal client because you're going to be an uphill battle. And I put everything on the line for people. What does that mean? Emotionally, physically, we are working together. And a lot of the information that I take on, I'm very empathetic. And I understand what they're going through. So the energy exchange I mentioned, I'm going all out. Now, if it's a two-way street, if you're going to be still on top of my back and I'm going to be having to carry both of us up, that's a problem, right? But now if we're having a dialogue and we're like, hey, listen, let's take the bag that you have, let me help you carry it. So now you can have a two-way street where you have one side of the bag, I have the other, and we're walking up. What a lot of the people do is they climb on top of you, give you the bag, and go, coach. That ain't it, right? That ain't it. So you need to people need to be understanding of what is it that they desire, what do they want to achieve, and they need to understand that coaches are not miracle workers. It doesn't matter whether it's myself or others. We are here to help light the light, but you still got to get those feet moving to the end of the tunnel.
Amazing. This is all really amazing. You said you started your social media journey not so long ago. You said that off.
Yeah, about 2.5 months, maybe even a little bit less. So the thing that forced me kind of my hand, and like I told you earlier, we have a tendency to either evolve or die out. And you can look at it into business perspective all the time, like The Wiz, Blockbuster. Look what happened. Netflix was just a little tiny box that people got their DVDs from. Now it's a conglomerate, right? Blockbuster failed to evolve. And what we need to do as people, we need to realize when we are standing at the threshold. I kind of realized that I'm limiting myself to just my area. Most of my clients were gotten based on word of mouth. It's like, hey, Greg is so good, you should talk to him. He helped me get there. And I was like, that's really awesome. I don't really have to do the legwork. It was easy, right? You didn't have to fight for it. And I realized that, like, if I want to actually grow and develop something, do the legacy, make sure I have to reach more people. And how good is it that we have social media that we can, reach out to hundreds of thousands of people? Even if I resonate with one, that's already one more that I've helped and I could have helped versus not reaching out to anybody. So I decided to kind of go big or go home. I opened up my Instagram page and obviously Facebook. I'm trying to launch my YouTube channel. Instagram is my big one. In the last 2 months, I'm almost at 1,000 followers, which is not crazy, obviously. But at the end of the day,
you're doing it on your own, so that would be that's amazing if you're doing it on your own.
Well, I have somebody helping me with the with the videos, but yeah, for the most part, all of it, like the script and everything, I do everything. But I'm not a videographer. I do not know how to edit videos, and the amount of hours that you need to put into it is like, oh god, right? So I'll let a professional handle it. Like I know what my limits are. So yes, I'll do the disclaimer right now. I do not do my videos. I have a person for that. But all in all, it's still, it's a lot of work, and you want to put quality, right? It's not about just pushing in videos after video, but you want to put quality work. And throughout my life, I used humor, right? Humor is a coping mechanism. And I try to make it a little bit humorous because regardless of the situation, whether somebody's coming to me as for college advice and they're trying to get into school, it's a lot of stress. And if somebody's coming to you for life coaching advice, guess what? It's a lot of stress. Career coach, same thing. So, trying to make my approach is that I want to be friendly. We have enough enemies in the world. We do need a friend. We need somebody who's going to look you in the eyes and be like, yo, Mike, you know what? This is all great, but you need to figure this out, because if you don't, somebody's going to kick your butt. And unfortunately, we do not have that. We have a lot of yes men. Yes, this is awesome. Great job, great job. And behind the back, they go, what is wrong with this genius? What the hell is he trying to achieve? Right? So I'm trying to be that devil's advocate, I guess, in a way. Tell them how it really is. The reality, you have no idea that how many people don't think that they are capable of doing what they're able to do. And also on the opposite side, where they think their greatest thing since sliced bread. And I'm trying to give them the idea that, you know what, you can do what you need to do, but be realistic here. Like a lot of I had a client that came to me and they go like, oh, I want to go to Harvard. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Well, what's your average? 83. Oh, okay. Did you take the SATs? No. Like, why are you even talking to me about Harvard? Like, can you get into college? Absolutely. Can you get into a good college? Yes. Harvard shouldn't be the thing that pop on your head. Oh, why not? What, you think I can't do it? I'm like, it's not about whether you can or cannot do. It's about being realistic. And a lot of expectation and realism is not there. And that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to build a bridge for realistic expectations and also, to the dreams. Because if your expectations are not real, then you can't build dreams on fake stuff. And that's what I'm trying.
Amazing. I like the fact that you said, Instagram is the really big one for you. We've seen that with our clients as well. Instagram is really, really big in terms of building that personal brand. Obviously, we do everything, but we focus on Instagram because that's where you can communicate with people and kind of engage, in DMs and everything.
I hope you're enjoying this podcast. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're learning so much practical wisdom, because that's what I really wanted from this podcast. Now, I just want to quickly say, if you're looking for a team that can actually help you explode and go viral with your personal brand with proven methodologies, I say this because I've been doing this for the past 5 years. We've got a team of 30 people who are ready to go ahead and explode your brand so you can get clients begging to work with you. Have a chat with one of our advisors. You can book in a chat using one of the links around this video, because that chat might just change your life.
What is kind of let me kind of ask you, what is kind of your strategy? So you can just tell the audience strategy to get clients, to turn a follower into a client, basically.
Yeah. My current strategy is engaging content. I don't know if you have seen any of the videos, but like I said, humor is part of it. And I give them glimpses of what the expectations are. I give them a little bit of hints like, hey, here are 5 things that you need to do for your essay, right? Or here's a couple of things that you need to watch out for when doing financial applications so you don't miss out on possible advising. So my channel is focusing mostly on education, because education is the career, startup career. Majority of the parents right now that grew up do have access to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. But because the generational gap between the kids now and them when they went to college, the whole process changed. So while they're young, and there could be, early 40s, etc., maybe late 30s going to college, they did not have to go through what these kids have to go through. The competition level was completely different. And it's funny how we're saying oh, these kids are really given everything. Those that do have to fight for it, the amount of heartbreak stories I read, 15, 70 SAT stuff, published a book, didn't get into any of the top schools, right? And it's more along the lines of before you got the score, you got your essays, you got your GPA, you're done. Now they don't want that. They want genuine people. And I think that's one of the reasons why I chose Instagram as my platform versus TikTok or anything else. I feel like there's more positivity and genuine people come on Instagram compared to like elsewhere. And I think TikTok, you have like immature young kids doing their videos. I call them TikTok generation. I have them dancing like doing all the videos, and I'm like, you guys realize you're not on camera. You're in a classroom. They're like, oh, right, okay, sorry, right? So that's the generation we're faced with, and it's like it's kind of sad, but that's the reality. So Instagram, yeah. So Instagram, I think like has more trendy stuff, but at the same time also old school. So I'm trying to bring old school and new school kind of together. So yeah, it's a tall tale. It's a tall task to accomplish.
Yeah, definitely. Instagram definitely is more mature, but the difference is like with TikTok, you can take advantage of that reach because you can reach a lot of people. And that thing, that dancing thing, it still goes on, but I think TikTok has evolved. TikTok has really evolved. TikTok is even more like a search engine now. People go to TikTok to ask questions and say, what is this? Mm-hmm. Same way they would go to ChatGPT. It's like it's really evolved into an education center. People still dance, no doubt, but and the reach on there is massive. So that's just kind of like a perspective for you to have. Amazing. So
sorry to cut you off. And you mentioned ChatGPT. I actually did a video on ChatGPT about how they do the essay. On TikTok, I think I hit 50,000 views on that one. Instagram wasn't that much, right? But yeah, I was like, that was one of those. Like, Instagram, I have about 1,000 views. Followers. TikTok, I have over 2 grand. But I feel like at TikTok, a lot of the followers aren't real. Like it's bots and whatever. I'm like looking at the people, and oh yeah, it's clearly a bot. So like that's why I take it with a grain of salt. But like I feel like Instagram is more genuine, more realistic.
Yes, definitely.
You could see.
Yeah, definitely, amazing. You hit it on the head. So kind of break that down. What is the process like tangibly, so our viewers can kind of see the inside out? What's the strategy behind the content?
So you said the content, it depends. So like I have a strategy for college advising each student. Sorry, I've been under the weather. So the idea is pretty much follow the same pattern. So if you have lead up points, right? Right now it's March. So those of the kids that are in juniors, they're doing the SATs or they're taking the ACT. So I'll do a video like, hey, what's more important, the SAT or the ACT? How do I know which one's for me? So, there'll be a video based on that. Then next point is going to be get your extracurricular activities in order. Summertime, start getting your application stuff done. So a lot of my videos are going to be geared towards that. Now, in terms of just the work behind the scene, as you mentioned, people don't realize a 15 or 20-second video can take up to 2 hours to figure out. And just the writing of the script, trying to figure out what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it. You can't wing it. It's not one of those things like you have to plan it out. Otherwise, you're going to be just like everybody else. So if you want to separate yourself from the others and you want to be, at the top of your game and you want to be genuine about your business. And again, it doesn't matter whether it's TikTok, Instagram, right? Crypto, anything, any business that you do, you have to be planning. And, the hours that go behind creating a content. The content creation is key. I think you have to understand why you're doing it. Your why is very important. And then you have to plan ahead. So most of my filming sessions are done in one shot, and then I take that and I break it down into different things. And then you can splice it, you can dice it, you can put it in different formats. And if you go through my channel, you'll see. Like obviously, when I started, it was a lot worse than I currently am. I'm still obviously not a pro. Listen, I'm not an actor. I never went to acting school, but you have to learn how to improvise. You have to be genuine to the viewer, and you have to talk to them. You're not doing it for you. You're doing it for them. And, you look at the views. You look at the responses. You look at the engagement. And if you see there is something there that, went up, like, oh, look, I have like 7,000 views. Okay, this one has potential. Oh, I have 20 views over 3 days. Well, something went wrong there. And obviously there's an algorithm there, but at the same time, the algorithm is going to take you so far. If your content is not good, then you have no hope there, and you have to be consistent. And again, those are one of the things that you take into consideration, regardless whether you do Instagram or you're doing that in your career. If you're not consistent, if you're not consistently showing up and letting the people that follow you, like, you have something new and something to look forward to, why they follow you, right? Oh, Greg posted something 5 weeks ago. I haven't heard from him. Why am I following this guy? Unfollow, right? So you want to keep them coming for more. Why is Mr. Beast so awesome? Because he's engaging. He's giving out money. He's doing stuff. So, once I grow my brand, I want to be able to do the same thing. A lot of my clients are asking, like, scholarships, this, scholarship, that. I'm like, listen, if I make it, who knows? Maybe I'll have my own scholarship fund that I'm going to do. So that for the future people, like, hey, support it, because you never know. Your kids might be going to college soon, and you'll be like on Greg's radar. But little stuff like that, little giveaways that I'm planning on doing in the future. You have to have the following, and then they're going to be talking about the different thing. One of the things that I noticed when I was running my first promotion, I gave free consultation.
I was just looking at that on your story.
Oh, were you? Okay. Yeah, so I was.
So you kind of like selling the DMs, right?
Yeah, it was insane. But it's funny because some people don't take it seriously, and then I realized, you know what, free is not necessarily good. So my next promotion, I might charge something nominal just to see that people are going to be coming with a determined. So like something like $20 for half an hour. Anybody can afford $20, right? But at the same time, now you're valuing the ideas that are given to you, and at the same time, you're going to be like, oh, I paid $20 for this. I'm not going to come, right? So there's that part. So yeah, different ideas, different things that you need to tinker with.
Basically, right?
Constant. Yeah, I work 4 different jobs, sometimes 5, and then like you're sitting there and you're planning. I've caught myself sitting at a stoplight while I'm driving my car, and my brain is like, okay, so now I'm going to do this. Okay, then I have to do that. Oh, when I'm going to plan this. So like by the time I get to my other place where I need to go, I know exactly everything that's already needs to happen.
Amazing. I would just quick question. I was kind of curious. Just give me a quick answer. Your clients, are you usually hired by the students or the parents?
So 99% of the time, it's the parents. I do have people that, students be like, hey, my friend had Greg as a tutor, or he had Greg as a college advisor. Can you please talk to him? I wouldn't help. But for I would say 95, maybe even 98.7% of the time, it's not the students that are reaching out, it's the parents. The students don't think that far ahead. They don't realize they up until it's way too late, and then it's like, oh crap, I'm like, I'm already in the bind. So now I'm scrambling. And parents are usually trying to be more proactive. Majority of the people don't realize they need the help or don't think it's affordable because they start so late in the process. You start in 9th, 10th grade, you have these 3-4 years to pay it off, right? And you go with the flow or do like a monthly thing. And then people come into you like in 11th grade or even the beginning of 12th, hey, I need help. I'm like, well, that's the price. And they go like, right? And then they run away. And then they call me back about 10 days later, be like, yeah, so I kind of still need help. I'm like, well, at this point, I'm booked. I'm sorry. Yeah, so now they're not able to get the help. And I try not to book myself with too many people because I give everybody the individualized attention. And, you working with that individual, some people have 20 schools that they're going through. Some have 15, some have 8. But at the end of the day, it's breaking down each one. It's figuring out the major that you want to go to. It's figuring out why you want to go to that school and not another school. So it's a lot of work behind the scenes as well. And then you sit and wait. It's like, okay, let's get those, answers and results. So.
Amazing. I think we've kind of touched a lot of stuff. Let's kind of like round it up. And let me ask you with this. What is the goal for Grigory Agrest in 2025? Where do you see yourself? Where do you see, my college advisor? in 2025? What's the goal?
I mean, ideally I have about 10,000 followers or more. Maybe the year is for college advising is about to start. Financially, I want to hit the 250K mark as a business. Separately from all the other things that I do, I think it's a great goal to accomplish. One of the things that you want to do is you want to have reasons, not just for yourself, for like, oh, I want to get into kids into this school, I want to get kids into that school, but you also have a family to feed, right? So right now, living in New York City, 100K is known as like now 25, right? So they did a study there. You need to be, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What did you say? What's the numbers? What's the numbers?
And the numbers, if 100,000 is like 20K now. New York City, obviously inflation, but the cost of living and everything. So now that they did a study, in order for you to be able to survive, you need $273,000 equivalent to be able to, put away money for a rainy day, be able to provide for your family and whatnot. I rent. I can't even afford a house. There was a really funny thing. The show Boy Meets World?
Maybe I do. Let me look it up.
I'm sure you do. Corey and Topanga, late 90s. I just showed my age.
I was gonna say I'm not that old.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Well, so Boy Meets World. It's about two people. But the premise of the story was very simple. It was 1999. It was Philadelphia, so not a rural area. Obviously, you still have inner city. And they were doing a math lesson, and they were talking about buying a house. And then they used real numbers. So they're like, hey, a house in Philadelphia in 1999. We're talking about almost 2000s, right? Cost $80,000. And a house cost $80,000 in 1999 in Philadelphia. Comparison to the salaries, which was a family was making $40,000 a year. That's 2 years of saving, and you can have a house. What? The mortgage was $730, $750. You were literally putting a quarter of your stuff on your living expenses. You can enjoy life. You can actually do stuff. And I'm looking at I've been making six figures for a long, long time. I have nothing to show for, so nothing to show for. And my kids get stuff. I'm like, hey, we have a joke in our family. Who's going somewhere? Oh yeah, my kid's babysitter's going somewhere. I can't. And all my money go to them. Yeah, so I want to make financial, progress as well, because at the end of the day, it is exchange of energy. I'm trying to help somebody out, and you want to get paid at the end. But it's more about getting recognition. Like I said earlier, I had 6 years in a row where I had a student get accepted into Ivy. I've posted a few things. Most of my students get $100,000 to $140,000 worth of scholarships. I had a student this year that received $576,000 in scholarships. She's going to Hofstra University, which is out on Long Island in New York, for a DO program. A PA program. So she goes to college, she then straight into a physician assistant program, almost free. And she didn't have that crazy numbers. She didn't have the 1,500 SAT score. She didn't go to a private school. It's about giving the opportunity and putting together the stories. And each child has their own story to tell. So the more people I can reach, the more lives I can change. And those people can hopefully change my life for the better too. So it's an equilibrium, right? You give and you get. And sometimes you got to give more, and sometimes you get less, and then sometimes it's the other way around. But you balance it out. So
definitely. And sorry.
No, saying the idea is to provide people with the knowledge that they're not by themselves, that there's going to be people that can help you, and you don't have to do it on your own. There's no shame in asking for help. And that's pretty much the story for the 2025.
Amazing, amazing. And you know, the funny thing is, like, it is 2025 in terms of like everything has been made so easy. Like this business you're running, imagine how hard it would be in 2005 without the internet and everything. But now you can do that in your home on social media, help tens of people, make the money you want to make, and be happy. Maybe even reduce the amount of jobs you're working.
I don't know. I like, in terms of that, like, I love what I do. So, you know how the saying I told you earlier,
You don't work your day, right?
you never work a day in your life. So, yeah, man. But, like, I'm like, it would be nice to take a vacation. It was
Be
funny.
nice.
I have a funny story to tell. We were on vacation. My wife was 6 months pregnant, and she would take her afternoon naps. And she's like, "Leave me alone. I'm, pregnant. I don't want to be bothered." So she'd have her hour and a half, 2 hour day naps before we go out for lunch. So it's funny because I wound up finding myself a client on vacation. So I was tutoring while she was taking the nap.
Amazing.
No, I don't know about the not working part. I think it's so ingrained into our minds that, like, hey, you have to work hard to achieve your goal. You have to do this. So regardless of the success, and I think that's what also separates successful people, is that they're not afraid of the grind. Because once you stop the grind, guess what stops? The flow. You're no longer at the top of your game. You're no longer doing innovative stuff. You're no longer. Can I take the foot off the gas a little bit? Yeah, probably. But that's going to be what pushes people forward. You want to reach new places. You want to reach more people. You want to grow, right? I've been doing college advising for 15 years. At the end of the day, I also want to perhaps branch out. So now then you're training other people. At this point, I think I have definitely hundreds of people who graduated college. But I have over 20 people that graduated and became successful. Lawyers, doctors, they're on my team and they're like, oh, can I help somebody? That's the legacy that you're leaving behind. And when this is all said and done, do I want to grow? Do I want to do I want Pinnacle Academic Solutions to die out? Or do I want to continue changing lives? So it might not be me coaching, or it might not be me doing direct stuff, but of course I'd love it to be a branch of it. Of course I'd love people to follow my blueprint and continue giving success to others. So the fundamentals are there. It depends what you want to do with it and how far you want to go. And your work ethic and the amount of effort you put in is going to determine how far you go.
Amazing. I think this has been really amazing, really, really insightful in terms of your journey, how you managed to use social media. And genuinely, this is something, I don't know, to me, it's something very new in terms of what is it called? My college college advising. I've never really heard of it, but I think it's an amazing thing. And it's in terms of like you being able to help younger people achieve the levels and the dreams that they want to be is really, really amazing. Let me ask you, where can people go to find out and learn more about what you do?
So you can do my _ college advisor. You can go on Facebook, Pinnacle Academic Solutions to find me. I am working on my website still. I should have had it already posted, but I'm a perfectionist. So I'm not liking something, I'm going back to the start like, hey, let's change this, right? So that will be available probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully. But Instagram is where most people reach out to me. And you can also always email me at pinnacleacademicsolutions@gmail. So yeah, and you can look me up. If you Google search me, I'm sure my name will come up in one capacity or another.
Yeah, your name, your picture, everything, man. You're famous.
Yeah, I'm not famous, but maybe one day.
One day, definitely, man. This has been really, really amazing, Grigory, and hopefully we can have you on some other time.
My pleasure. You know what? I'd love to be on. Just let me know when and where. We got this.
I really hope you enjoyed this podcast. I want you to go away and execute everything there is that you've learned. Now, one thing I will say is if you're in a position where you're ready to actually take things to another level, you want structured, clear guidance, you want a team that can actually help accelerate you, book in a chat with our advisors. Why? We can blow up your personal brand to attract clients begging to work with you. All you got to do is book in a chat with our advisors and we can help make it happen. Sound fair enough?